Hey, how y'all doing this morning? This morning I'm going to do something a little bit different for y'all. I am going to do pork burnt ends. Let me show you what I got here. I've got a whole big pile of what they call boneless country style ribs. Basically this is like just slices of pork butt without the bone. It's easier if you do it with these instead of, you could make them from a whole pork butt, but you'd have to cut it up and all that kind of stuff. It would take a lot longer to cook. So you make the pork burnt ends using the country style ribs. First off, what we're going to do, we're just going to start prepping them for the rub. I got some mustard here. I'm going to go ahead and just take a country style rib just like this, lay it down, put a little bit of mustard on it. Won't have to put too much, and get all the sides, and we're going to do each one like this, get them on this rack, and just get a little coat of mustard. Just like if we were doing a regular pork butt, y'all. Alright y'all, I got them all mustered up here. Look at that. And look, it's important too, even though they're supposed to be boneless, you really feel them while you're putting that mustard on there. I found several bone fragments that were left, or little pieces by the bandsaw. You want to get all that off, cut it out, because you don't want somebody to take a bite of a burnt end and have a piece of bone in there. That wouldn't be good at all. Now we got to think about the rub. What we're going to do, we're going to use this Killer Hogs barbecue rub. Now this is another guy who, he's a competition barbecue chef. He's also lives here in Mississippi, in my home state. We're just up north of me, I think up there in South Haven. And man, he puts together this great rub. He calls it Killer Hogs barbecue rub. I've tasted it, it's really good. He's got a website, so I'm going to use it today. They carry it at our local grill store here. Went in and tasted it the other day. It's really good. It's kind of a sweet rub, not too much sweet. And my main thing, it's not too salty. That's what I like. Sodium only 55 milligrams. That's good. That's real good for me. I like that. So we're going to take the country style ribs just like this, one at a time, and just lay them out. And if I can get this rub open here, just gonna give them a nice little dose of rub. Make sure you get all sides, and we're just gonna do them all up like this, y'all. And I'm gonna let them sit in the refrigerator for an hour or so. Me and my buddies like to call it let them cure, but not really curing. That's just our little slang for it. But we're gonna let them sit just like this, all rubbed up like that, right before we put them on the smoker. Y'all, there's one thing I wanted to kind of add here, and we got everything all rubbed up, the barbecue rub and everything. And this barbecue rub made me think about it. But for all of you out there who are maybe barbecue rub manufacturers or creators or something like that, think about the coarseness of your rub compared to the size of the holes in the canister. I have to say, with this particular rub I used today, this Killer Hogs barbecue rub, the ratio was perfect. It came out just right, not too much, not too little, it wasn't hard to get out, but also I didn't pour half the jar out just on a few pieces of meat. I think that's very important. I've used some other rubs here in the past that either have tiny little holes and you can't get the rub out, or big large holes with a very fine grain of the rub, and half the bottle's gone in no time. You waste a lot of rub. So it's something to think about, y'all, that made me think about with this stuff. Over at Killer Hogs, they got it right with the size of the holes compared to the coarseness of the rub. Just something I wanted to throw in there while I was thinking about it. Just didn't want to forget. Hey y'all, I'm out here at the Yoder now, getting ready to get this cook going with these pork burnt ends. I want to tell you about pellets, what I'm going to be doing today. I've got some lumberjack 100% cherry, and I've also got some maple in here, okay? So what I'm going to do with that is it's got 100% cherry, 100% maple, and I've mixed them in my pellet can here, in my little maple box slot here. So I've gone ahead and made a pre-mix, and what I'm going to do with that, I'm going to use that, put it in there about 3 cups at a time in the Yoder, and it's going to be my pellet mix for today for doing these pork burnt ends. I think that'll add a lot of good sweet flavor, and cherry will help with a nice smoke ring. Y'all, so here we go. I'm going to try to go ahead and get these country style ribs here on the Yoder that we will use to make the pork burnt ends. I've just got my top rack in right now. I wanted to want to just try to see if I can fit them all on the top rack. And I'll just go through here and start laying them in just like this. It's going to take me a little bit, but I'm going to get them all done. Now I'll come right back to y'all. All right, y'all, so I loaded it down there on the second rack with these country style ribs. Man, I couldn't fit another country style rib on there. It's a great thing about the Yoder is with this big convection fan, it'll cook even if they're a little bit crowded. I just want to put them all on second rack because I just don't want to dirty up all my bottom and top rack. So we go ahead and do that. Let them cook for a little while. And man, oh man, I'm gonna get here and test them here in just a bit. It's gonna be real good, y'all. By the way, I got some new additions to the Yoder out here. I don't know if y'all noticed, I got the stainless steel, full stainless steel racks. And let me tell you something, those things are heavy duty. They've got cast iron racks underneath them. I mean, these things are heavy. These all be real, real good. They're real nice. I like these, y'all. Order them from Yoder, or I think you can order them from All Things Barbecue as well. Hey, y'all, we have hit about 170 on the internal temperature of these country style ribs. What I want to do with them now is I want to take them off, bring them inside, let them rest just a little bit like you would with your normal, just a pork butt. Then we're going to carve them. Now, the reason we don't want to go to 210 nothing with them right now because they just fall apart. See what I'm saying? So what we want to do, we want to set these probes aside there. I'm going to take these off. I'm going to keep them inside, keep them covered, probably for about 30 minutes or so. Let them cool down so we can cut them apart. So I've let them cool for about 30 minutes now. See them here? Just set them inside my oven. Actually, my oven's off and cool. What we're going to do now is cut them into the burn-in shape. What I want to do is just take one like this and cut them. And this will give you a chance if you want to trim them up a little bit, cut them into about a cubic inch. Not like that, put them over here in a pan. That's what you want to do. All right, cut them in bite-sized little pieces like this. Some of them you might want to have to cut down this way as well. And like I said, they aren't fall apart tender right now, but they're going to be. Remember, just cut them in little cubes just like that. Throw them over in the pan. All right, y'all. Now see, I got all these cubed up just like we want it. And I'm gonna show you something. Now these really don't need any more smoke, so to speak. Look at that smoke ring in there. That's just perfect. That's what we want to see. You know what we're gonna do? First layer I'm gonna put down, I've got some of since we're using Killer Hog's rub, I'm gonna stick with his products for tonight. We've got some Killer Hog barbecue sauce. It's a nice little sweet sauce. Sweet with, didn't really have any heat to it. I'll taste it for you. Yeah, it's sweet. And in fact, I added a tablespoon of vinegar just to thin out even a little bit more. I think that'd be just perfect for this application. So I'm gonna start over here in the corner. I'm gonna squeeze bottle just so I can get an even application. Just gonna add this sauce to the meat, y'all. This is really gonna add some flavor, plus it's gonna give us a little bit of liquid to almost create a little bit of steam in here. That's what we're doing just to really tenderize this meat, to bring it up to that point, you know, to basically where it's at 200, where it's just falling apart, you know, like when you do a real pork butt. It's the whole butt. So put this sauce on here like that. Just let all that get to the party. Oh yeah, and that's gonna be so good, y'all. Sauce them up, just like that. Like I said, this is a thinner sauce because I added some apple cider vinegar to it. Now I'm gonna take some of the rub. These had a pretty good bark on them, so I'm not really concerned about using too much rub. And I really, again, I'll say how I like how his rub just comes out here just perfect. I'll add a little bit of rub to the top layer. That'll help to make a little bark up there. Add a little bit of crystallization, a little caramelization there to the top. Add some of this rub there, yes sir. All right, now we're gonna put them in the pit, or you can put it in the oven and whatever you want to do to about 250 degrees. We're gonna check this in about an hour. All right, y'all, I believe this is it. The moment we've been waiting for. We finally done with these pork burnt ends. Let them smoke here for about an hour and a half or so. Look at that, y'all. Those look gorgeous. I'm going to tell you now. What we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and get these out. Somehow, just like this. Look at that. Oh yeah, I'm going to test one. Let's see. Whew. Yo, that is some kind of good. Man, oh man. Pork burnt ends. We're going to try these. Something new. And hey, this Killer Hogs rub did really good. So anyway, we'll put these up. We'll have these out tomorrow for some hors d'oeuvres. Man, they're going to be good. Y'all please like my videos, sub my channel, and God bless. Thank y'all very much. I'll put a link to that Killer Hogs rub too in the description box.